Yachts weighed like human beings, waxed and polished like pieces of precious furniture, stamped and launched into their element.
From the Malta Tourist Board, this symbolic trophy will go to the winner of the Middle Sea Race.
And those were the happiest times I remember. I can recall times when I was extremely happy. Probably the highlight was the early 60s when I was married with two young kids. We used to go to Comino with our boat and we would be alone. Well, I mean, the sea has always been an integral part of my life. Every sport to do with the sea I got involved in. I did little sea race and so many other things. To this day, I swim every day. I do a 200-meter crawl every day.
Okay. In the sea?
Oh yeah, in the sea. I
in
always
the
go
sea.
into a pool.
You were born into a sort of this shipping company.
Yes. We were instrumental in bringing the first container ship to Malta.
So how did you get involved in sailing?
My brother Paul, we used to sail together on this tiny little 8-foot plywood dinghy which he created. Shortly afterwards, my father bought this lovely boat called Mischief, which had subsequent to us owning it, it had a terrific history. I went and sailed with Freddy Borda to the Mediterranean Games in Barcelona in 1955. And then my brother and I decided to try and get selected to go and race in the Olympics in 1960, which we did.
Which you did in Rome?
Well, the Olympics were in Rome, but the sailing was in Naples.
The sailing was in Naples.
What was interesting, the development into how I got involved in racing in the Middle Sea Race. I met a Frenchman, a chap called Albert Debarge, and he said to me, "Look, I'll get a boat, but you've got to sail it." I said, "Well, okay." And he said, "I want you to choose the boat." The only condition that he made, this chap, Debarge, was that the boat must be named after his wife. That's why it's called Josiane. This must have been 1967, about October, November. Mm-hmm. I came to realize very early on that in life you get an opportunity, and because either you are terribly involved in your business or something in the family or that, you just don't grab that opportunity, and you've got to grab these opportunities. I would never have been chosen to judge the America's Cup 4 times
unless you grab the series of opportunities.
Yes, the series of opportunities that came up, that led me towards it. Yeah. First, I got involved in racing.
Yes.
My boats in Italy and everywhere. And then I got involved as a judge, and that carried on and became what it is. Alan Green and Jimmy White, who was racing with Jimmy White, made a remark whether your results would be as good as they are if you raced in the winter. Their first idea was to have a race that starts in Malta, but they wanted it to finish in Syracuse. He said, no way, if we're going to do this, we want a Malta to Malta finish. Malta start, Malta finish. And that's how the race started.
Past the islands of Lampedusa and Pantelleria, right round the island of Sicily, through the Straits of Messina, and back to Malta.
Then I met Debarge, as I was telling you, and my preoccupation was getting the right boat, the right crew, and train We had all summer of '68 to practice with this boat and to train. The truth is that on a 36-foot boat, Josiane, exactly 24 hours later we rounded Lampedusa. And we rounded it together with Stella Polare, a 73-footer, and Storm Vogel, another 76-footer. And I couldn't believe it. Of course, things were so different in those days. There was no such thing as weather forecasting. You've got to be prepared to sail in whatever comes. But the Middle Sea race, I think, is here to stay.
Definitely here.
I mean, we can see this year, thank God, we're up in the 130.
Out of all the places in the world, you would still have chosen Malta at
Well,
some stage.
yes,
To live in.
the way we lived in those days, was absolutely perfect. My greatest fear is that my grandchildren will opt to not live in Malta. Well, I never got bored in life, so
Doesn't sound like it. It doesn't sound like
no, I never got bored, but I intentionally never got bored. You can foresee that there is an opportunity, but you've got to work towards it. You've got to navigate towards it. My most treasured possession is the painting that Willie Apap made of my mother.
Okay.
Because my mother was a very, very special person.
What is your relationship with time?
We know what time is. You look at the clock and I
If
can
you
tell
think
you
about it too much, it can puzzle you. You know.
Well, it puzzles me. It certainly puzzles me, yes. If what we've just been
Yes.
talking about helps to guide somebody towards
Correct.
not following what I did, but you might say, Christ, there's a point. If that happens, even if I don't know about it, that would be an achievement for me. It would satisfy me.